Hi, what's up, guys? Welcome back to another interesting episode of the show Behind the Scenes in Health with Dr. Ron. If you're new here, my name is Ronald, and I talk about everything healthcare. I talk about health tech. I talk about alternative careers. Sometimes I have interesting interviews or informal conversations with amazing people who are doing great stuff across the healthcare space. And if that's the kind of content you're looking for, you're in the right place. So just hit the subscribe button. To my amazing viewers, subscribers, returning viewers and subscribers particularly, thank you guys for sticking around to the channel, promoting the channel, for your comments, your likes, your everything. I really appreciate it, right? So let's get into today's conversation. Today I'm going to be talking about an interesting role in the clinical research space, which is the clinical study manager. Now, to me, the clinical study manager is similar to a project manager because they're very key and important to the success of every clinical trial. I'm not saying every other person is not important, but they are really important because they are tasked with, creating and managing the overall study timeline, looking at budget, overseeing the budget, resource management, and coordinating with different stakeholders such as the principal investigator or the chief investigator, the sponsors, and the vendors. So it's a serious bit of work, really, and very vital to the success of every clinical trial. Now, you might ask, so what are the steps in, or how can somebody really become a clinical study manager? First of all, you need your basic degree. You need your first degree, and preferably from a healthcare background. So if you're a healthcare professional listening to me or watching me now, and doctor, nurse, optometrists, lab technician, scientists, you are really qualified to become a clinical study manager because you're coming from a health related background. Now the next step is to get your clinical research certification. So like I mentioned before, you've got the Association of Clinical Research Professionals, the ACRP. You might want to sign up with them and get certified by them, or you look at the Society of Clinical Research Associates, that's the SOCRA. Also look them up, what the requirements are, and consider getting a certification from them. Once you're done with that, or simultaneously, because some of these things work hand in hand, you're looking to gain experience in the field. So how do you gain that experience? Is by looking for a clinical research team and start and working with them. I mean, you might not work immediately as a clinical study manager, but you can start somewhere and grow up the ranks. So basically, you need to gain experience. Then sometimes getting a master's degree might really help because it sort of stands you out from other applicants. So maybe an MBA or Masters in Healthcare Management or Masters in Health Operations Management or even a Masters in Public Health might sort of boost your chances or stand you out from other candidates who are vying for that same role. Once you get that master's degree, then you might want to start considering specializing in a particular area. So it could be oncology, it could be cardiology, it could be pediatrics, it could be geriatrics. I mean, just pick an area, sort of niche down and become an expert in that area. Then, like I usually say, network. LinkedIn is a good place to build your network. So get your degree, get certified, gain experience, get a master's degree, try and specialize, and then you network and you move into that space, right? Now, in terms of also getting certified, I would like to emphasize the GCP or the Good Clinical Practice. Now, the CSM is very key because you also need to have an extensive, intensive, or thorough knowledge about the GCP and all the protocols and everything, because without the reliable and capable CSM, that clinical trial might not really work. It wouldn't be successful. And in terms of job description, I've gotten this question a couple of times. What do they really do? I mean, they actually do a lot. So the study plan, design, and implementation, it's on the clinical study manager. The study protocol is on the clinical manager. Monitoring sites to make sure they're in compliance with the study protocol and all the SOPs or the standard operating protocols are in place. That's fine. Oversee collection of data, reporting of data, analysis of data is still on the clinical study manager. You're the primary source of contact between the team and the CROs, clinical research organizations or the sponsors. Then you're providing a lot of support and guidance in compliance with GCP, the ICH, and the FDA guidelines. You're also helping to track the progress of the project end to end, really. Then present updates to senior management or the sponsors, really, on the progress of the project or the clinical trial. So you can actually see they do a lot, really. So that's why I say they are very pivotal. In terms of skill sets and competencies required, just like in the last video, we're talking about excellent communication skills, we're talking about good interpersonal skills, we're talking about somebody who pays attention to detail, somebody who has excellent planning, organizational skills, ability to delegate, talking about proficiency in Microsoft, because most organizations now, everybody's just using Microsoft 365, and a good understanding of the principles of clinical trial design. Like I said before, you are designing, or you probably be a key part of the people designing the project. So those are some of the skills, soft skills and competencies that a clinical study manager is required to have. And let me see, it's quite fulfilling, and you typically, in terms of work, it's a full-time role. Most times you're on site, sometimes you might work overtime, maybe issues are on site or something and you have to be there. And yep, so if you've enjoyed this episode, or you're considering getting into or becoming a clinical study manager, you can let me know in the comment section. And if you're happy for me to bring a clinical study manager to the podcast to share his or her experience, then also let me know in the comment section, and I'll get one here one of these days in no distant time. If there's any other topic you'd like me to talk about or share a couple of insights on, please let me know in the comment section. We are always happy to do the groundwork and give you all the information you need. And that's it from me on today's episode. So until I see you in the next episode, I still remain your host, Dr. Ron. I'd like to say bye for now. Keep it safe, keep it cool, and take care of yourself.